Okay guys, so now it's time for the bonus activity. I am super excited about this one because it's very different than things we would normally do in the art room. But first things first, you have to have a parent or an adult with you in order to do this assignment. Okay, let me repeat it again for emphasis. You must have an adult with you in order to do this assignment. Remember, this assignment is optional. That's why it's called the bonus activity. It's going to be an extension of what we've talked about with color mixing and color theory. But if you do not have an adult, please do not do it. Okay? Cool, back to it. So we're gonna be making some tie-dye cookies. You see how I use yellow and blue, and I have some cool green in there. I have these ones and these. I use my primary colors and mix them a lot like you would clay to make my tie-dye cookies. Okay, so if you'll start getting your materials together, you're gonna need flour, sugar, a hand mixer, some food coloring. All that information is in the next video. Okay guys, so you have gathered all your materials. You've got your softened butter, your 1/4 cup of sugar, 2/3 cup of flour. You have your food coloring in red, yellow, and blue, our primary colors. A large bowl to mix it all in. You have a pan that you have sprayed with PAM or some kind of non-stick cooking spray. I would recommend using a knife, but I do not have one, so I'm going to use a plastic fork from my cabinet to cut my butter in a minute. And I would also recommend having a spatula to help you stir. But again, I am making art in the, or excuse me, I am baking in the art room today, so I don't have that. I forgot it. So first things first, I'm going to take my softened butter. Do you see how it has the tablespoons on there? You'll read, it says, I'm reading it upside down. 1/3 cup is a little over 5 tablespoons. So I'm going to take my fork. I'm just going to make a good indentation right there. Okay, that way I know where it is. Now I'm going to open this guy up. Again, you will have a knife you could use. So I'm just going to cut that right there. I don't need that extra, but now I'm going to cut this into smaller pieces. That way it blends in there a little easier. And I'm just putting them right into my bowl. I'm going to set this over to the side because now I do not need it. Now I have paper towels to wipe off my hands. You probably have a dish towel, so be sure you do that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 1/4 cup of sugar, sprinkle that on top all around. And next I'm gonna take my handheld mixer. Now warning, it's gonna get loud, okay? So just beware. I'm gonna slide my stuff over so I can reach the cord, and then we'll do it. Let's see. Here we go. Again, it's about to be loud. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Pause for a second. When you look at this, do you see how there's still some sugar on the side? That's not good. I want to keep going until it looks like nice scrambled eggs and there's no sugar. Okay, you ready for the loud noise? And go. Okay guys, so now I have this nice fluffy scrambled eggs looking stuff. I'm gonna take that fork, get some of that butter out, stuck in there. There you go. Now the softer your butter, the better. It will blend a little bit easier. I got a little bit impatient. Okay, so I'm gonna set that over to the side. Okay, Next, I'm going to take my 2/3 cup of flour. So here's 1/3, and I'm gonna sprinkle that on there. Now let's get one more third. I'm getting it right out of my bag over here. There we go. Sprinkle that in. Now again, this would be when you would use your spatula, but we are improvising. That's gonna be really sticky. Now I will tell you, I did wash my hands before I started doing this, okay? So please don't forget that part. Please, please, please. It'd be kind of gross. Mixing that in. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna switch over to the good stuff. I'm gonna switch over to my hands. And I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna start mixing all that in there. Again, if you have a spatula, you probably won't have to switch to your hands quite as quickly as I did. My plastic fork wasn't the best solution, but that's cool. The whole point of this is to review what we've been learning about in the last 2 classes. Remember, this week we made your flower pot with the different colors that we mixed. We talked about color families. Last week we talked about Roy G. Biv, and we know that the letters in his name stand for the colors of the rainbow. So what we're gonna do, as you probably guessed, is we're gonna take these primary color food coloring, and we are gonna be making some cookies that have blended colors in them. So this is a cool way to kind of extend past just pencil and paper. So let's see, let's keep going. Cool, it's getting nice and doughy, that's perfect. Now I'm gonna set this over to the side and see if I can get any more dough out of here. I think this part in here might be done. A good part of it's flour, and that's totally okay. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna add that to big part, there we go. Okay, so I told you, I have the primary color. So how many balls do I need to make this into? I have red, yellow, and blue. So you guessed it, I need 3. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Now, if you have one that's too big, then you can take from that and add it to another one. They don't have to be perfect. Okay, so I've got my 3 balls. There we go. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of flour like that. I'm gonna sprinkle it. I'm using wax paper right here, just so I don't get, I'm in the art room again, so I don't get my desk all dirty. But you're gonna be in your kitchen, so you wanna use wax paper. Be sure you wipe it off really well. I did that before we got started. Okay, now I'm going to take this first one, and I'm going to start with the yellow, because just like if you were in art class, we would start with the lightest color first, because food coloring does tend to, it can stain your hands a little bit, just like paint would. So notice I have flattened it just a little bit. It's not pancaked or anything. And I'm gonna start with the yellow, take the little lid off, and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. You can do more than that or less than that, but I think that 3 gives me a really nice color. Now I'm gonna fold that in. There you go. Fold it over again. And what I'm going to start rolling it and then rolling it up. Let's do it again. Roll it with your hands and then roll it up. Now I'm gonna put a little more flour on my hands because this is getting pretty sticky, and that's okay, it's the butter. Fold it, roll it, fold it, roll it, fold it. See how the yellow's starting to get a marbly look in there? That's good, keep going. Roll it, fold it, roll it, fold it. I'm gonna do it 2 more times and I think I'm done. Now, remember, you're the artist, so if you like the marbly looks, keep it. Roll it, fold it, and last one. Roll it and fold it. There we go, make it back into a ball. Now see how much more yellow that is? Cool deal. Okay, so now it's really gonna start getting cool. Let's go over to the red. I'm gonna do the blue last because the blue tends to stain my fingers a little bit better than the other ones. I'm gonna use the smaller one because I want more blue. I'm just gonna flatten it out just a little bit. You ready? 1, 2, 3. And like we did before, fold it in, fold it in. There we go. See, it's already coming out. Oh, I have to take it back now. I'm getting red on me. Roll it, fold it, roll it, fold it. Oh, I definitely need some more flour. There we go. Roll it, fold it, roll it, fold it, roll it, fold it. I'm actually gonna sprinkle some more flour. See, I've taken a bunch of it up. A little bit more flour. Roll it, then fold it, roll it. And remember, I told you you could even roll it up this way. If you're able to do that, that works too. But as long as you keep folding it, you're kneading it in there. Now, see how there's white on there? That's okay. It's gonna bake out in a minute. Fold that up. There we go. What you think? Okay. Now I do have some red on me. We know it's food coloring. I'm gonna wipe it a little bit. Now again, it's not gonna come off just because I'm using a paper towel, but that might help a little bit for me. Okay, last one. Take this. Push it down just a little bit. Not pancaked or anything. We don't have to do that. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I'll put the lid on there. Fold it in. Fold it in. Oh, that's what it is. Sneaking out the sides. Okay. Roll and fold, roll and fold. It's getting sticky, so what do I add? That's right, flour. Just a little bit on my hands like that. Roll and fold, roll and fold, roll and fold. There we go, so now I have my blue. Okay, so now we are ready for the best part. We are going to start using our primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, to make our secondary colors. If I have my primary colors and I want to make one that has some orange in it, then you know I'm gonna take a little bit of yellow, put it back over there, about the size of a blueberry. Okay, then I'm gonna take a little bit of the red. I'm gonna put those together. Okay, now notice I did stop the video. You may have noticed that, and go wash my hands a little bit because I was getting a little bit of blue in my yellow. So now I'm going to take it, I'm gonna roll, and then I'm going to fold it. Okay, let's do it again. Roll, fold it, roll, fold it. Now, I'm gonna make it into a circle. Just a bit. Now I have already sprayed my pan on the pan, okay, so I don't have to worry about that, but please be sure you do that. Now I'm going to do 2 fingers and lay it down. If you put them too close together, they will make a blob, which, while that looks really cool, that's probably not what you're going for today, okay? So you want to be sure you use 2 fingers when you lay it down. So let's do another one. You'll notice it has little spots of orange in there. Let's try to do one that has some green. So now I'm going to take a little pinch of yellow, and if red helped the yellow make orange, what am I gonna need to help it make green? You guessed it, the only one left. I need blue. Take a little pinch, again, blueberry size. Put those beside each other. Roll it up. Now, let's get a little sticky. Get you some more flour on there. Roll it, there you go. Roll it, fold it. Roll it, fold it. Now, make a little circle, flatten it out, and as I said before, I need 2 fingers before I sit it down, but you see the cool green spots on there? There we go. Okay, so 2 fingers, and let's set that one beside. Okay, let's do another one. Let's try one that has some purple. I'm gonna take a little bit of blue, take a little bit of red, also know from last week, what is another word for purple? What is the art word? Do you remember? It's the V in Roy G. Biv. I'm gonna guess that you guessed it. It is violet. So we're gonna make one that has a little bit of violet in there. There we go, okay. Roll it up a little bit. There we go. Oh, I like this side. See how it's got the little bit of purple in there? That's exactly what you want. Okay, I got 2 fingers. I think we can squeeze it right there. That'll be good. Okay, now, after that, you just keep going. You can fill up the whole pan with your cookies. Okay, so I'm gonna keep working. Be sure your oven, as I said before, is preheated to 325, okay? And you wanna cook it from 12 to 14 minutes, but I would check it at 10 to be sure it's not getting too hot. I cooked mine in a toaster oven since I'm at school, and the first one came out a little brown because my toaster oven was extremely stronger than I thought it was. Okay, so again, I would check it at 10 minutes, but the recipe does say to cook from 12 to 14 minutes, just to be sure. Okay, let's keep making some.